afterwards. Recording 3, 2, 1. Off you go.
So it starts off with a just an opening shot over the downs, looking down on Brighton, just to sort of...
Or towards Brighton in a way,
Towards Brighton,
because
rather.
I don't think you can see it from there anyway.
Here's our main character here.
But it'll, as you can see here, it'll track this way, and we won't actually be able to see
His
our
face.
main character at the start. We'll only be able to... so it'll track in along, and then he'll come into frame.
Set the scene, really.
Yeah, exactly. So this will be our establishing shot.
Yeah.
And here he's using our... Basically, the thing that the whole film is revolved around is capturing the images in his mind using his hands.
That's
The way a photographer might, or an artist, envisaging their scene. But that'll come a bit more later as well.
Yeah, if you read the synopsis, it'll say
Yeah.
why he's doing it all, and then it's going to cut to a basically him commuting to work on the train. I didn't actually draw any people on the train, but there will be, just to show that
You know, it's the train still.
everyone's doing it. I mean,
So this is looking down the train. This
Yeah,
is looking
down
down the
the carriage.
carriage.
Yeah.
And then
So
this
it's a
would then
typical
go.
9 to 5 commute.
Then this would go to a shot of him leaning his head. Maybe not leaning his head, because otherwise that might show an emotion of sadness.
So
Well, it's
We
not
don't
so
really
much
want that because
sadness,
he's not
it's
sad.
boredom, I
He's just
guess.
boredom. So that'll be his reflection in the window. So this is his real head. This is his head in the reflection of the window, and there'll be a slow zoom, and the monologue voiceover
starts here.
Starts here.
After he sits down and he's kind of sat down
Yeah.
and settled himself.
The next shot is him getting off the train with all the other commuters.
Yep, and these next few will be pretty quick in between because it's him. This part isn't very something we need to linger on.
it's just to show that he is a 9
He's
to
a part
5.
of the
Work.
part of the working commute.
He's a live to work, not work to live type
Yes.
thing. And then all these shots are basically showing that lifestyle, the 9 till 5 lifestyle, just commuting to work every day, no
Along with
real
everyone else
purpose.
here. Yeah.
And from the streets it cuts to the seafront, as that's where he's heading before work.
Yep. He wants to go there just as a personal en route. I guess what would you call it?
Deviation.
Not really. I can't think of the word for it, but I'm sure we'll be able to vlog about it afterwards. But it's somewhere he wants to go before work to make his day a bit more brighter for himself. He wants us to keep positive and see things that he wants to see. So here we start seeing him moving down the steps on Brighton Beach, down to the beach. Same thing here, and this tilts up to him coming down.
I'm guessing there'll be a match on action.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
It's just to show, basically
Yeah.
to show where he's going.
So this end.
Oh, was it? Oopsie. I don't even know what's going on. Here we are.
Stop drinking.
So that's just a side shot of Brighton Pier, which will be taken from the beach.
So we're basically
not
from
quite
at
the
this
beach,
point.
Not quite the beach.
At this point, we're seeing it from the main character's point of view, our protagonist's point of view.
It's his perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
And
his
then
hands literally just pull up,
Yep.
and here you get the first idea of what he does, how he takes a picture. So
And how he likes to look at scenes and see them from his
how he
mind's
sees
eye.
the world.
Yes.
so in the space of his hands, will we have the snap?
Yeah.
Like the
I
quality
don't
of
think
the
we were
camera
originally.
lens.
I don't think we're going with the same idea, the same proper camera
Then,
shot.
alright.
Is it literally just gonna?
Would we?
And then,
But we can do.
We can
test it around and see
Okay.
what works and see what looks realistic.
So the next shot is just a small clear. It'll be a close up,
This will be basically a reaction shot of him
Yeah.
after he's taken this
Be a low
in
angle.
inverted commas picture.
low angle close up.
Yes,
Shot
it'd
of
be
his
like
reaction.
it'd be like a shot reverse shot, but with his hands and his face instead of him and another person.
Yeah.
So from here, we're looking up at him from his hands basically, whereas he's looking down at his hands, which we see here.
And it'll be enforced. His emotion will be also explained by by the monologue as well.
Yeah.
So
here you can see we're still going with the idea that he can actually capture these in his mind. He's capturing these images still in his hand, regardless of the fact that it's not actually happening. But we'll portray this through the image fading away after, or something similar to that. See which one's more realistic in the
Fading away
scenario.
back
Next, what's this part, Tom?
This is-
Dom?
this is just
that's just showing him going to his next location, which is further down on the beach. It's just to show him travelling to the beach. Hence the seagulls, to show that he's closer to the seaside to get to his next shot, which is that's all this pretty much. It's just showing him going to the beach, and there'll be more. This is where a lot of the monologue will take place, just to show a bit more depth. And then here's his next picture. Yeah.
So that's from outside. We're looking in,
Yeah.
as though we're being taken a
looking
picture
through
of.
his hands onto his face.
Yeah.
And we're going. Where are we about to go?
There.
All the way to the other side.
This would be a side shot of him taking, or like looking at a potential photo through his hands.
Yes. What's the shot?
That is the photo.
Oh, I see.
That will be okay.
Oh,
that is-
whatever. What, is this
be-
of the sea?
That's of the sea,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And that from there, it'll be similar to this kind of thing going on over here. Because it's pretty much the same. I mean, the monologue will obviously make it a lot more interesting and
Yeah,
give it
yeah.
more depth than just...
It'll vary.
Explain
so
what he's thinking and what he's doing, rather than having just the film explain it.
we don't want to repeat it too much, 'cause otherwise it does get a bit boring. So we need to.
Spice it up a bit with the
Some
monologue
variations.
itself.
Quicker edits as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we have him kind of fading forward as he's going along. He'll walk, stop. He'll walk, fade forward, and then stop, and then go to take one of his pictures with his hands, then walk on. And so this is showing that he's doing this all the time, and this is what he's capturing his best moments of the day, you know. And this is just before he goes to work as well.
So he is on the walkway just by the beach side.
Yes.
And then he'll look up, and there will be a girl on the balcony just above the beach. The hands
Presumably
are
she'd be walking, and
Yeah, and then stop.
he'd go up and put his hands up, and he'd kind of you wouldn't see her. I presume we wouldn't see her at the beginning. He would.
No.
This could even be a first person shot as well. From
Yeah,
his
sure,
point of view,
sure.
and we could see him look up, see this balcony, and the girl walks past, and we focus pull into seeing her, and then he kind of lingers on that for a bit. And then his mind, we could have his mind go blank or something similar. We haven't actually got the
Silence,
script
maybe.
finalised. Yeah, exactly.
That
We
could-
could have silence, but we're going to see what works, see what doesn't when it comes to it. So, what's this one again?
That's just a
Close-up of
close
the
up
girl.
to show the girl that it is
Close up of the girl.
the
Yeah,
girl
yeah.
that he's looking
works.
at.
And you know, we could have it on top of this walkway that we had before, and you know, we might be able to see him in the corner.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Will the girl see him? Will they
No.
make
No,
eye
not at the
contact?
start. No, that's not what we
So
were
she's
doing.
just looking out over the sea.
There'll be a
What's this
change
one?
in soundtrack as well to
That'll-
sort of signify that it's a romantic thing
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on, not a
That'll be
creepy
a
thing.
shot of him lining up his hands with the girl in sight.
Well, we could always swap around the. This is what I was talking about. We could swap around the ordering of this and things. So this is a reaction shot, I presume.
Yeah, that's a reaction shot. Basically, it's the same thing as here, but that'll probably go on for longer. We might even do a few.
And you know,
different
we
angles.
actually, you know, like in Close Encounter, where we see.
Brief encounter.
Oh yeah, Brief Encounter, where I don't even know the name of the film. you know where Laura's sitting in the train.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she and the light comes on her. Yeah, it'd be something similar to that. You know, where we linger on her, this protagonist for a few seconds,
Yeah.
and he explains what he's thinking.
I was thinking silence, and then just music.
I think so. Yeah. Or we could test. We could test. I mean, it
Yeah.
depends. I quite like
Do
the idea of
different
silence
shots.
as well. Yeah.
We'll make some different variations.
I mean, there's literally so much we can do with this, and so many different ways we can do it. So on to the next shot. What's this one I've done?
That's also similar to that. He's looking down at the photo.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I reckon.
It's kind of a match on action. Match on action.
Yeah.
He's looking down at that photo.
Ah, yeah. Okay. And this
then
is her walking away and
Her walking away.
off.
That kind of. Can we just go back to that
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet thing?
Oh yeah, we can explain that.
The whole point behind that was it was a kind of a Romeo and Juliet type thing where he's like looking up at the balcony, she's looking down, just to
It's one of those. It's one of those cliche meetings, but it's almost like tipping off the hat to Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, as you were saying.
It's to subconsciously sort of
Yeah,
give the idea that it's romantic.
people might recognise the.
not creepy.
Yeah, exactly. People might recognise the scene as being romantic, as the girl is higher up. It's almost like she's on a balcony looking down on Romeo, who's calling out to her. But he's not. He's indirectly calling out to her by, you know, trying to take a picture. But if we put it that way, it's a little bit creepy. So it's not exactly that. So from here, we weren't quite sure exactly what we were going to take pictures of in Brighton. So
It would all depend on the day, a lot of it, because
yeah,
obviously
depending on what's open, what's available, you know. But these would be the kind of things we would just go on for a little bit more,
So in fact,
going
I just
through
had
what
an
he
idea.
wants to see.
I just had
what
an
he
idea. He
enjoys.
could, while he's actually walking to his building here, if you just take a quick video of that, John.
Yeah.
While he's
this,
on the way
into
to
work,
his,
yeah?
this will be his workplace, a skyscraper of some sort. As he's on his way there
Brighton.
in Brighton, I reckon he should be walking along, like looking at the picture that he took of the girl we see up in this photo.
Yes.
So he's obviously, his mind's obviously focused on her.
Yeah.
Okay.
But back to
Yeah,
back
yeah.
to here quickly. I mean, the general theme is little things that people don't
They don't usually appreciate
notice and
per se.
Yeah.
And
They take
and this
for
guy is what he's seeing these things, and these are what he makes his day.
It's
This
a
is what
contrast to the
yeah.
busyness, whereas he pinpoint the.
This is his positives and him capturing them and remembering them. So if we move on to him, as we've just explained, this is him going into his work, and we would have this shot first, and then just as he was about to go in, we'd tilt up to the skyscraper. So what's this one?
That's basically, well, he's gonna where the two meet is on the pier in Brighton.
Don't worry, we can explain
yeah,
that.
okay. Where the two meet is on the pier in Brighton, and yeah, that's basically just showing him where he is basically in
Yeah.
context.
So is
I
this
wanted to-
after work? Yeah.
This would be
I wanted
after
to
work.
try and show him alone. I think just
Okay.
so.
We can like put a lot of what's it called? Not contrast. It's help me guys.
I was thinking just a long shot with no one around him. Maybe.
It's no, it's putting a lot of
Empathy?
No,
Emphasis?
impact,
Oh,
emphasis,
impact.
emphasis on the fact that he's quite lonely and he wants to see this girl, and then obviously he's out of he then sees the girl again, and they both at the same time go to take a picture of each other in the same way.
Yeah.
So, do we think that she does exactly the same thing, or is it that she's seen him taking photos?
I don't know.
That's
Who
left,
knows?
that's
That's
left
left to the
open for
audience's imagination there.
And she's trying to interest him by doing the same actions.
And then,
Okay, so
next one.
the next shot we we doodled on a bit. So if you just ignore the Super Saiyan,
well,
us.
Josh doodled on it.
Or was it Josh? Okay.
Dragon Ball Z.
But basically, we're gonna have the shot come out, and we'd see them at the side both doing that, and then they both lower their arms, and then kind of look at each other, and then what's this one? What was this one going to be done?
That's basically
That's
that's
big ass
them
face.
when they lower their hands just to show.
Oh, and then
like,
we'd have a shot of the protagonist as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
perspective view of the main characters looking at the girl, and
we could
then
even
we
do.
just
Sorry, go on.
And then after that, obviously throughout the whole thing here, we've got a monologue, and we haven't finalised the script yet, but he would obviously be describing how he's feeling.
Could be silent with music again to give the same.
Indeed. I mean, it depends how much monologue we've had for the rest of it.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have the whole thing potentially with monologue. So, and then it moves on
to the credits.
to the credits for now, and that's as far as we plan for now.
Things might change as we go
will
along.
probably change.
Because it depends on the day, and we might get there.
The
and
weather,
yeah, exactly. Something might
who's
work,
there.
some things might not. We're just gonna, we'll probably take a few trips down to our location just to, get lots and lots of shots to play around with.
Yeah, to get an actual idea of what we're going to do and what our
It may
plan
sound
is.
risky, but knowing Brighton, there'll be lots of things we can take videos of. So.
Yeah.
Indeed. So yeah, for now, I think that's it.